Hey YouTube, this is Next Charge here, and it's the night before Asia tournament. Time now is well, 9:30 something. Wait, 9:40. Okay. So this is a weekend report, and I'm not using my tripod, so forgive me if there's any shaky camera. And yeah, today's locals, I got fourth place, but I somewhat got the best prize for some reason. It was a prize pool format, double double elimination rounds, and yeah, this I was running Oppression BF, Oppression Black Wings, and yeah, I just finished packing for Asia. That's my binder. That's my tripod. So yeah, with my steady hand, I shall be showing you what I actually ran. Hi again. Here's the monster lineup. I'm a bit the way I play Operation BF is a bit different from how people normally play. I used to run Dark Grapher, but in order to combat all the light swans and all the light swans and zombie synchro in my locals, I kind of decided to put in my two kaikus, but because they're not Jap, I don't think, yeah, I won't be allowed to join Asia, but it's okay, I'm not joining. So yep. So we start out with one Dark Dragon. He's actually really situational because even though I only run 2 Oppression, he comes out. No, I find it very hard for him to come out, to be honest with you. So I might actually take him out. There are 19 monsters. Wait, actually, yeah, 18 monsters will still work. So maybe I'll replace this with a spell. No, but it's just a standard Black Feather layout. Just with 2 kaikus, but I'm a bit worried about the Dark Arm. It's actually easy to bring out Dark Arm in a normal Black Feather Whirlwind build. Also quite fluid to bring him out in a Vayu Turbo build, but this runs Oppression, and yeah, you'll see. Moving on to the spells, hopefully you guys can remember this because I'm not putting up a deck list in the sidebar. Well, these are my spells. As you can see, there is Operation BF doesn't really rely on that much on spells, but yeah. Today my brain control kind of helped me at some points, but against Light Swan, it kind of got a bit choppy. I mean, the only time which I actually used this properly was when my opponent, after beckoning light for like 2 Honesters, then I just brain control his Lumina, which was the only monster of the field, and threw it for Sirocco. I don't run Chaos, and because I run the 2 Kaiku, or maybe I can actually replace Dark Arm Dragon with Chaos, but nah. I don't run 3 Book of Moon, so you can also replace the Dark Arm Dragon with a Book of Moon, or you can replace Brain Control with Book of Moon. I'm really not sure what to replace this with. Maybe a Foolish Burial. Yeah, cause even though I can get my Vayu to the Grave pretty okay, but it's not as fast as the standard the Operation BF decks running Dark Grapher. So yeah, the spells, 2 Allure, 1. Yeah, you can probably see that. Okay, moving on to traps. Now these are the traps which I run. Dark Bribe is actually well, not really recommended, but it actually fits my playing style. So you can replace it with whatever you want. If you're actually playing against Gladiator Beast, right? When you're I run a 3rd Oppression inside the side deck. So if you're playing against Gladiators, just side out the Call of the Haunted, put in your 3rd Royal Oppression, and yeah, this is actually about it. It's actually a really standard kind of deck, but it actually works pretty okay. Yeah. Okay, for the extra deck, we have 1 Lone Silverwing. I never bring this guy out. At most, but actually in the tournament, I never bring him out. Yeah, serious. The only time I ever did bring him out was one time only. It was when Armor Master and Vayu went to grave. And yeah, that's possible. Next we have 3 Armor Master. Why 3? Because, well, normally I can bring 1 out usually when I'm fighting Light Swan, my Gale plus another level 4 non-tuner monster. And yeah, he actually does really well, especially when I know my opponent has honors, and I can easily, I can easily run them over. 3 arm swing. You can actually you can also just run 2 armored wing and arm swing, but I'm actually more used to my Vayu Turbo, so I actually bring all these out as a precautionary measure. So yeah, 1 Red Demon's Dragon, or Red Dragon's Archfiend, 1 Dark End Dragon. This isn't Asia friendly, so you can replace this with Stardust Dragon if you want to run it for your Asia tournament, or if I have any, or if you're in any overseas and you're, never mind. 1 Stardust Dragon, 1 Black Rose Dragon, 1 Goyo Guardian, 1 Bryonic, 2 Magic Android. Bryonic, I never really used him today. I actually used very little cards in my deck, in my locals today. I used the Dark End, I used the Stardust, I used I used 2 Armed Wing, I'm trying to, I at least used 2 of the 2 Armor Master. I used 1 Goyo, and I blew up the Light Swan Field with Black Rose Dragon. Bryonic, I actually never ran him today for some reason. And yeah, this is my extra deck. Moving on to the side deck. Give me a minute, I need to clear this mess. This is a side deck which I actually used, and believe it or not, it's actually more geared towards killing Light Swans. So if you ever want to kill Light Swans, this side deck is actually really good at doing that. But if you have very bad draws, like what I did in the top 4, top 4, you get the point. To DD Crow, this card is actually really good. I would actually side out my Kaikus for this card if I really don't need him, but this card, I really cannot stress how important this is, because my opponent was going to use Beckoning Light and he was targeting Judgment, and I actually DD Crowed. And also when my opponent was going to use Lumina to bring out Lila to break my face down, oppression. I forgot whether it was face down or face up. Yeah, and I just DD Crowed it. Oh wait, I could have just used Oppression. Whoops. Never mind. Either way, oh yeah, now I remember. I needed 3 Dark to summon out Dark on the next turn. Yeah. So it was better for me to Crow that thing for Lila. 2 Soul Release. This is the OCG version, so let me censor this. Okay, yeah. Basically, right, I was planning to run 3, but I actually play tested 3 in my Junk and Debris deck, and Junk and Debris deck really worked well with 3 Soul Release in the side deck, but it was an incomplete side deck. So that was actually what prompted me to run 3, but in the end I only chose to run 2, and yeah, it still works. 1 Lightning Vortex, because Light Swan swarms a lot. 3 Light Imprisoning Mirror, because this card just hurts Light Swan. Light Imprisoning Mirror out, and Armored Master equals to fun time. Anyway, 2 Mind Crush. A lot of people they actually said that this was bad, but this is actually used to fit my playing style. Again, I use a lot of cards that fit my playing style, my personal playing style. So yeah, to those who say that Mind Crush isn't good, here's a scenario. My opponent actually Monster Reincarnation of Goss, and that could have prevented me from killing him, so I use Mind Crush on Goss. That's fun. Also, if Mind Crush backfires on me, I can just discard that dead Sirocco in my hand, or that Vayu, which I can't seem to get rid of in my hand. 2 Dust Tornado, I only at least used 1, and that was to destroy his set Spell and Trap card during the end phase. I didn't really use much of that. This card, I never used it in this tournament, even though I sided it in. But in the last few tournaments against Gladiator Beast, yeah, this actually did work. It's pretty fun to see a bunch of your opponent's face downs get blown up with a little chicken on your field. The third Oppression, which Oppression actually wrecks a lot of stuff, but I only put him in when I'm fighting against GB, so I never really used this in today's tournament. Another card which I never used was Transmigration Prophecy. Reason being is because I couldn't find any more room to unsight any of the useful cards for my deck. So yeah,